Target that's in the Bubishi, and if we could face this way for the cameras, okay, is right here. Now, it was listed in the Bubishi with the drawings as being like around the third eye, okay? But you see, in modern adaptations, when they started using the pressure point nomenclature of acupuncture, they put it up here somewhere. Now, I have a contestable attitude about that because this is where the strongest part of the skull is. It's going to be real hard to damage anybody right on the top. You might as well go for the flat area rather than the curvature, because curvature adds strength to a structure. Okay, and you got hard bone, and it's a very thick bone right up in this area. Okay, so why would I spend my time trying to hit up there? But right here around the third eye, okay, you can cause, again, that death thing because you could make the brain hemorrhage inside. You could break blood vessels, and over time the person could die. Now, in modern adaptations, we don't want to do that. I also take contest with the fact that some of the Bubishi authors have written that this will cause death in so many days. How do you know? Who's practiced that they can tell you for sure that that will cause death? Okay? What we're trying to do now is give you these same targets, these historical targets, maybe give you the idea of how it could have worked in the times that they were using them, but also give you a more modern adaptation to it, like using the neurology of the body. Now, the reason why we use the neurology of the body is because it leaves no marks, because you don't have to hit them really very hard. You can, but you can cause damage as well. We don't want damage. In modern society, you cause damage on a person, you go into court, you're going to battle this guy, even though he was the assailant, the original assailant, you're probably going to get yourself incarcerated too. So what we need to do is have a self-protection system so when we go to the court, there's no marks on the guy. Then it's a he said, she said attitude, and whoever's record stands. So keep yourself clean in the legal process. All right, now what happens at this juncture here is you have two supraorbital nerves that come out from behind the skull, and they travel underneath the skin, pretty close to the surface. Okay, and you got one on this side too. You also have a branch that comes up right in the middle of the eye. Now that makes that an excellent target because it's a cranial nerve. Now to activate it, you can actually do this two different ways. You can strike it up and cause a good shocking reaction with this, where you can see the body jerks a little bit. And what that did is it attacked his somatic system. It made the body flinch, the muscles tighten, and that's why you had him open up. Okay? But my ultimate goal really isn't to have him open up. Okay? If I wanted to cause further damage or hit him somewhere else, it would. But you don't always have the pleasure of time to figure out another technique to follow up. It's much easier to strike it as the message would travel into the brain. If these are sensory nerves especially, you're going to send the sensation into the brain so it monitors. So striking down, okay, will cause a little bit more dizziness with that. Now, I took that nice and easy. I used the soft part of my hand. In the Bubishi, there's a lot of hand positions, okay? And one of the hand positions is called the iron sand palm. Now, what the iron sand palm is, you're using your palm, but what they did is they trained it by hitting sand, and then they hit rocks, and this, as the legends go, I don't know, I wasn't back there, okay? But we don't do that in modern times. But what I found out is instead of using the hard training that we don't have the time for in modern society, is how to use these weapons with energy transfer. And I'm not talking energy transfer like a mystical, magical energy. It's a kinetic energy. The force, the velocity of the attack coming in. Now, if I was to strike his target right here with my arm, at most karate styles trained with this punching type of technique, what's going to happen if you look at the arm in slow motion? If I shoot that punch out very fast, okay, it looks like it travels pretty straight, okay? So when that straight shot goes, I got a good target, okay? I can aim the direction of the energetic input. Okay, but what you don't see in slow motion is you watch the hand in slow motion, it goes like this, much like that pie when they threw it on the Three Stooges that came at you like this thing. And the reason is I throw that punch, I'm going to tighten my pectoral muscle first, my deltoid muscle tightens, the triceps tighten, then the biceps and the hand positions. So you get all these muscle actions pulling in different directions. So you don't have the energy transfer to get into the nervous system correctly. What you need is a small, quick transfer that doesn't have a long range of motion to get that offset, okay? Now, to use the iron palm, what we would do is, instead of just striking with a hard ballistic force, okay, is we would extend the palm, okay, and cause that shock. Okay, you see that had a little bit more of an effect with that.
Is that like a vibration?
It's just like a quick spasm of motion. So instead of my arm doing the traveling, just my palm is traveling. The shorter the distance, the less the offset of the motion. Okay? Now, can you explain what that felt like?
Just a flash, and that was it.
The flash.
A flash.
White, dark.
White flash, and that was it.
Okay? So we hit the neurological system. Okay? It caused a temporary blindness because you're striking into a cranial nerve. And that simulated in him as a white flash. Sometimes it goes into just blackness. But that blackness, I believe, is more of a blood attack. And I'll explain that later on in the lessons. Okay? All right,
Sure.
thanks. Give that a try. Just tap it.